Hello, everybody. I am yet again Price McKinney, simply put on, and I want to thank you as always for tuning in and listening. I want to thank you for your purchases that you've made. I want to thank you for following me and for encouraging me to continue on doing Simply Put. As you can see, I have my Simply Put t-shirt on. This is my square logo, Price McKinney Simply Put. I absolutely love it. This thing is comfortable. If you have not made your purchase, feel free to do so. I'm on Facebook. You can message me on Facebook Messenger. I'm on Instagram. I have changed my name, Simply Put PM. So you can message me there, or you can text me if you have my phone number. And I will definitely get your order in, and we'll get that taken care of. I greatly appreciate my family member who does this. She is very patient because she has to deal with me, and I'm so grateful for her. I greatly appreciate you, fam. So tonight we're going to talk about relationships. What is a relationship? Relationship is a compound word, two words put together. The first word is relate, the second word ship. Let me say this on the front end. I'm kind of going to go and fast forward and then back up. Don't be in such a hurry to get to the ship that you forget to relate. Don't go so fast that, the ship being, and it's not a literal ship, it's figurative. Don't be in such a hurry that the avenue by which you use to get where you're trying to get to within whoever you're dealing with, that you skip the most important part. Do I even relate with this person? Well, what does it mean to relate to the person? Do you understand them? Do you like them? One of the definitions I looked up, it says to respond favorably, to understand, to like, to respond favorably. These are questions that you got to ask. Is there a connection? And let me say this too. It's not so relationships, not so much of what you have in common. Simply because if you talk to anybody long enough, you will find something in common with them. That does not mean that this is the individual or the person that I'm supposed to be with. Just because you have a lot in common. That can't be, because if you talk to somebody else, let's say you got a lot in common with them, then what? This is where you wind up creating all you can eat buffet, because I got this over here, I got that over there, and all of it is in common with you. But that does not mean that that's the person you're supposed to be with. So relate. Let's start with this. Do you even like the person? Better yet, have you talked to them long enough to find out whether or not you like them? Is there a genuine connect? Because here's one of the greatest challenges, and I've been through this. You should not have to conform to that person's image or likeness. Meaning, most people have an idea or an understanding of what it is that they want, in my case, a female. For the female, what she wants in a man. But if you have to change your entire identity to fit that particular person, that is entirely too much. It's too much, because what's happening is you're changing who you are for the benefit of that person. Are they changing for you? Or are they still who they are because they are who they are? But the key here is and I said this a million times, give yourself time and communicate. That's going to be the next video. Communicate. Have conversation with the person. Don't be so quick to, let's go out on a date. Let's do this. Let's do that. And you do all of the activities, but you skip the entire relate process. Talk to them. Learn whether or not you like them. Spend time with them so you understand them. So you can make an intelligent decision as to whether or not I want to continue or pursue with this person in a further relationship, on down the road to dating or courting, whatever you want to call it. But make sure that you keep your eyes open, that you keep your ears open, and pay attention to what they say and watch what they do. Here's something I live by. I see what you say and I hear what you do. I see what you say and I hear what you do. Because if what you're saying is different than how you live, then clearly I'm dealing with two different people in one. Houston, that is a problem, because clearly I've met your representative. What they say will tell you a whole lot about what you need to know, good or bad, but you've got to be willing to listen, and you got to be willing to pay attention. Yes, ask questions and pay attention, but you've also got to listen. Don't be so gung-ho that you go straight to the ship, because here's the deal. However you start off in a relationship, that's who you're going to have to be, and that's what you're going to have to do to sustain the relationship. So understand that clearly. So be prepared. And this is something, and you don't have to do this, but this is just something that I've lived by for several years, and it works for me. And if I give you me, I never have to change, because all I can be is me. I can't be anybody else. And if you're trying to change who I am, then that's a problem, because now, granted, if it's a change for the better to help me become better, which ultimately that's what this should be about, is two people coming together to build and grow and develop and mature and learn, then that's different. But if you're completely trying to change me into this image of whoever it is that you have in your head, then clearly I'm not the guy for you. Or that's not the woman for you. Or that's not the man for you, whatever the case is. But there should be a freedom. You shouldn't have to force fit the relationship. It shouldn't be strained and a struggle. There should be a freedom for you to be who you are, and a freedom for her to be who she is, or vice versa. For her to be who she is and for you to be who you are. It shouldn't be a strain and a struggle. You shouldn't be butting heads and clashing all the time. If that's the case, you got to check it. Do we relate? Can we relate? Because it shouldn't be that. I've said this before. Learn and laugh. Learn and just enjoy the person. Enjoy their company. But have conversations. Because again, however you start the relationship off, that's what you're going to have to do to sustain it. And again, hopefully you're not sending your representative, because at some point the real you is going to show up. And then what? And then what? Make sure that you connect with that individual. And if you see that there's a short in the wire, check it, see what it is, and be okay with it, that not being the one. And that's why I say, don't dive into the thing head first. Give yourself time. And if you're already involved in a relationship and you've run into a wall or a challenge whereby you're having difficulty communicating, difficulty connecting, check it. Have the conversation. Okay, what's really going on here? Why are we having these problems? It's been X amount of time. Did we go and fast forward? Did we skip the beginning process? Were we able to relate back then, or were we blinded by our own personal desires or our own selfish desires, and we just went with it with the blinders on and didn't check anything? Have the conversation, communicate, have the conversation, talk about it. But be able to relate to the person that you're with? Do you like them? Do you understand them? Do they have your favor? Like I said, it's one of the definitions. Respond favorably. Do they have your favor? So, again, relationship. Don't be so quick to just take off. Oh, you know what? I love the person, this, that, and other. Slow. Hey, pump your brakes. Just pump your brakes. Drive with the emergency brake on and slow this thing down so you can see. Speed kills. Slow down so you can see what you need to see, so you can hear what you need to hear, so you can make an intelligent decision on whether or not to be with this person, or whether or not, or God forbid, if you're already in it, that you need to get out of it, whatever the case may be. But make sure you're able to relate to the person that you're with. Okay? So again, I'm Price McKinney. I want to thank you for listening. This is Simply Put. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram, Simply Put PM, and YouTube. Go to YouTube and subscribe if you have not. Price McKinney, again, it's Price McKinney, Simply Put. If you forget my name, it's on the t-shirt on this video. So again, I want to thank you for listening and tuning in. Thank you so much, and I promise you I'll see you again soon.